Hey everybody, welcome back to The Loop. This week we're talking about the lost art of fearing God. I don't think there are a lot of people today who fear God, but there are a lot of verses in the scriptures that tell us we should fear God. And so we're exploring this thought and hopefully reclaiming what I believe is an important part of our relationship with God. The first 3 days this week, I've taken you to New Testament passages. And so the last couple of days this week, I want to take you to some important Old Testament passages that speak to this important issue. The book of Proverbs is what scholars call wisdom literature. This book contains all kinds of wisdom for all kinds of people all over the world. Just listen to what this one book says about the fear of the Lord. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 7 says, "Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil." Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." Proverbs 19:23 says, "The fear of the Lord leads to life. The one who rests content is then untouched by trouble." And finally, Proverbs chapter 28, verse 14 says, "Blessed is the one who always trembles before God, but whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble." There's a common theme throughout these verses. If you want to avoid trouble in life, then it starts by fearing the Lord. So what's it look like to fear the Lord? It means that you don't run from Him, but instead you stay with Him. When I was a kid, I lived across the street from an older couple named Jim and Lillian Taylor. They had a big black dog whose name was Buttons. I would go over to their house some days and Buttons would greet me at their front door, which was a screen door. I was a small kid. He was a really big dog, so when he would bark, he was barking right in my face. Now, before I got to know Buttons, my initial reaction was to run from him. But Mr. and Miss Taylor taught me that Buttons didn't like it when I ran from him. Instead, he just wanted me to stay and be with him. And so I learned that when I ran from Buttons, it would create trouble. But when I stayed with Buttons, there was no trouble. And the same is true in your relationship with God. If you want to avoid trouble in this life, we don't run from God. We stay in the presence of God. When we do that, we live a life of wisdom and we enjoy a life that is free from trouble.